All right, wanderlusters, you ready to ditch those tourist traps? I'm talking about uncovering some seriously epic hidden gems.
Oh, I like where this is going.
We're diving deep today, folks.
Deep into what, though? Don't leave us hanging.
We're talking about Peru,
Heh.
beyond Machu Picchu, because I know that's what you're thinking.
Machu Picchu is amazing, don't get me wrong. But yeah, there's so much more to Peru.
This deep dives, it's like your secret travel guide. Think Amazon adventures.
Ancient mysteries, too, right? Like etched into the desert.
Oh, and even a chance to sleep on a cliff.
Wait, what? Okay, you've got my attention now. Sleeping on a cliff. In Peru.
You heard that right. So are you ready to unlock this side of Peru? Most travelers only dream of it.
I'm all in. My backpack's already packed, virtually speaking, of course.
Peru is all about incredible contrasts.
Yeah, one minute you could be hiking ancient mountain trails.
And then the next you're in some bustling market, right?
Exactly. And they're selling, well, let's just say, some pretty interesting delicacies.
Intriguing, to say the least. All right, so where do we even begin this Peruvian adventure? Lay it on me.
Well, let's just dive straight into the heart of the Amazon, shall we?
Okay, love it. Always up for a jungle adventure.
This rainforest is so remote you can't reach it by road. We're talking no roads from Lima, the capital.
Hold on. Seriously, no epic road trip through the jungle.
Nope, not this time. You'll have to hop on a flight.
A flight. To where?
Iquitos. It's a city that feels like a world away from, well, the rest of Peru.
Okay, a flight to a remote jungle city. I'm already intrigued.
And right there in Iquitos is the Berlin Market. Prepare yourself. It's a sensory explosion.
Colors, sounds, I'm picturing it. What about the smells?
Oh, the smells, exotic fruits, traditional medicines, you name it, they probably have it.
Okay, sensory overload in the best way possible. But wait, what about those delicacies you mentioned earlier? Are we talking street food?
Some of that, sure, but we're also talking about some interesting meat options. Might test your adventurous palate a bit.
You know, I'm all about pushing my boundaries, but I might stick to the fruit stands in this market.
Probably a wise choice. But hey, we're not going to the Amazon just for a market visit, are we?
Right, there's got to be more to it than that. So what's next?
This is where the real adventure begins. Imagine trekking through the rainforest at night, surrounded by all those jungle sounds.
Ooh, nighttime in the jungle. That's got to be incredible.
Or picture yourself cruising down the Amazon River, spotting pink dolphins.
Wait, did you say pink dolphins? Are those even real?
Oh yeah, they're as real as they are adorable. And for the truly adventurous out there, you could always try your hand at piranha fishing.
Okay, pink dolphins and piranha fishing. You officially have my attention. This is sounding way cooler than your average jungle tour.
Right. But the Amazon, well, it's vast.
Exactly. Where do we even begin to explore something that massive?
Well, if luxury's your style, an Amazon river cruise might be right up your alley. Aqua Expeditions, they do some amazing cruises.
Amazon River Cruise, huh? Okay, now that sounds luxurious.
Gorgeous boats, all the bells and whistles. You glide down the river in style, while expert guides unveil all the secrets of the rainforest.
Sold. Sign me up for that luxury cruise. But what if, someone's more of a roughing it type of traveler?
Well, then the Heliconia Amazon River Lodge might be more their speed.
What's that like?
Rustic cabins, right in the heart of the rainforest. You're fully immersed in the jungle, the sights, the sounds, everything.
Wow, that sounds pretty incredible too.
Plus, expert guides lead you on hikes and excursions. You really get up close and personal with the jungle that way.
See, this is what I love about travel. There's always something for everyone, no matter your style.
Exactly.
Okay, we've got luxury cruises and immersive jungle lodges. Two totally different ways to experience the Amazon, and both sound amazing.
See, Peru's full of surprise.
So much to see and do. But wait, there's more, right? We're not done with Peru yet.
Oh, we're just getting started.
Yeah.
Next stop, the highest navigable lake in the world.
Seriously, there's a lake higher than all the rest. Okay, tell me more.
Lake Titicaca.
Lake Titicaca. I have to admit, even saying it makes me giggle.
Yeah, it's definitely got a memorable name, but it's more than just a funny name, trust me.
So what's the deal with this high-altitude lake? Is it like just a pretty view or what?
It's steeped in history and culture. Home to the Uros people, and they live on floating islands.
Floating islands? What, like little boats or something?
No, actual islands. Made entirely of reeds.
Wait, hold on. Islands made of reeds? How is that even possible?
It's pretty remarkable. They're constantly rebuilding and maintaining them, using those reeds that grow in the lake.
So can you actually walk on these reed islands?
You can. It's definitely a tourist experience, I'll admit that. But it's also a unique opportunity. You get to learn about the Uru culture, their way of life.
Wow, centuries of adapting to life on the water. That's fascinating.
You can even see them weaving those reeds together, creating their homes, boats, even watchtowers.
Okay, that's definitely something I have to see. So we can walk on the reed islands. That's awesome. Can you spend the night on one, though? Like, is there a hotel or something?
You can't spend the night on a reed island, no, but you can stay on the larger Amantani Island.
A Montani island?
Yeah, it's a chance to really immerse yourself in the local culture there.
What kind of culture?
Kichwa. You can hike to the top of the island, get breathtaking views of the lake. You might even pick up a few Kichwa words along the way.
Okay, so Lake Titicaca is way more than just a funny name. It's a whole cultural experience. I'm adding it to my itinerary for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm sensing a theme here, right here. Peru. It's adventure, culture, jaw-dropping landscapes. What's next on our virtual tour?
Prepare yourself, because we're headed to the desert next, to check out the Nazca Lines, one of the biggest archaeological mysteries out there.
You mean those massive drawings on the ground, the ones everyone's been trying to decipher forever?
Exactly. Those geoglyphs etched into the desert floor.
I've seen pictures, but honestly, I'm still not quite sure what they are. Or who made them, for that matter.
Well, that's part of the mystery, isn't it?
True.
We know the Nazca culture created them over 1,000 years ago. But as for why, well, that's still up for debate.
Astronomical calendars, religious symbols, messages to the gods.
Right. It's anyone's guess. We may never know for sure.
So how do we even see these things? Do we just, like, wander around the desert hoping to stumble upon a giant spider drawing?
Not quite. The best way to see the Nazca Lines is from the air.
A helicopter tour.
Close. Small planes, actually. You can take flights from Nazca itself, or if you're short on time, you can fly over them from Paracas. That's a bit closer to Lima.
Got it. Small plane, incredible desert views, a good dose of ancient mystery. Sounds perfect.
It really is something else. But don't expect too much explanation from the pilots. They mostly point out the figures and leave you to ponder the possibilities.
Which, honestly, might be even better. I kind of like the idea of coming up with my own theories.
Right. These lines have been puzzling people for centuries. There's something powerful about seeing them firsthand and trying to decipher them yourself.
Okay, so we've trekked through the Amazon, explored a floating island, and now we're soaring over ancient mysteries.
Yeah.
What could possibly top that?
How about a mix of some adorable wildlife, adrenaline-pumping adventure? Oh, and a taste of Peru's national cocktail.
Okay, now you're speaking my language. Adorable wildlife, adventure, A&E cocktails. Tell me more.
We're heading back to the coast to the Paracas National Reserve.
Paracas National Reserve. Got it.
First up, a boat trip. We're heading to the Ballestas Islands.
Ballestas Islands. What are those all about?
Think of them as the poor man's Galapagos.
Oh, bold statement. So what makes them so special?
Get ready for cuteness overload, because the Ballestas Islands are teeming with wildlife. Playful sea lions basking on the rocks.
Sea lions. Love those guys.
Humboldt penguins waddling along the shore.
Wait, penguins?
Yeah.
In Peru. My mind is officially blown.
Yeah. And tons of birds like Peruvian boobies, Inca terns, maybe even some whales or dolphins if you're lucky.
Okay, penguins, sea lions, possibly even whales. These Ballestas Islands sound incredible. But you mentioned an adrenaline-pumping adventure, too. Don't leave me hanging.
Oh, yeah. After our wildlife cruise, we're swapping that boat for a dune buggy, and we're heading into get this, the California desert.
The what? There's a California desert in Peru.
Yep, and it's as stunning as it sounds.
I never would have guessed.
Towering sand dunes stretching as far as the eye can see, the perfect place to channel your inner Mad Max and tear through the desert on a dune buggy.
This itinerary is getting more and more surreal by the minute. So penguins, dune buggies, and what about that cocktail you mentioned?
Ah, yes, the Pisco Sour.
Pisco Sour. Now that's a drink I've heard of.
It's Peru's national drink made with pisco brandy, lime juice, egg white, a dash of bitters.
Sounds delicious.
And there's no better place to enjoy one than in the Paracas region where pisco's produced. I highly recommend trying one at Hotel Paracas. They make a mean pisco sour. And the ocean view is pretty stunning too.
Okay, so cruising with penguins, tearing through the desert, then sipping pisco sours with an ocean view. It's official. Peru is winning at this whole adventure travel thing.
Told ya.
But I'm guessing there's even more to discover around.
Oh yeah, we're just getting warmed up. Next up, we're headed to a city built from white volcanic rock, and there's a canyon nearby so deep it'll make your jaw drop.
Okay, color me intrigued. A city built from white volcanic rock. That's a new one. But before we go there, let's take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back with more incredible Peruvian discoveries.
Welcome back, everyone. Remember where we left off? We were about to head to a city built from white volcanic rock.
Oh, yeah. Arequipa, right. The White City.
Exactly. It's known for its stunning buildings, all constructed from this bright white volcanic rock.
I can only imagine how those buildings must look against a clear blue sky.
It's truly a sight to behold. And speaking of sights, there's this incredible monastery there, Santa Catalina Monastery.
Oh, yeah, that was in the travel guide. Tell me about it. What's so special?
It's like a city within a city. Colorful courtyards, hidden passageways, and centuries of history.
Ooh, hidden passageways. Okay, you've got my attention. But I'm curious, those white volcanic buildings, is that style throughout the entire city?
Pretty much. It gives Arequipa such a unique charm. It creates this beautiful, almost ethereal atmosphere, like you've stepped back in time.
Okay, you've convinced me. Arequipa is going on my Peru list. But we were talking about a canyon, too, right before the break.
Oh, yeah. Colca Canyon, one of the deepest canyons in the world.
Deeper than the Grand Canyon.
Twice as deep.
No way. Okay, my jaw just dropped. What kind of views are we talking about here?
Picture rugged cliffs plunging thousands of feet down into this valley, all carved out by the Colca River. It's breathtaking.
But I'm not just going to stand at the edge.
Yeah.
There's got to be some adventure involved with this canyon, too.
Of course. You can trek down into the canyon, spend a couple of days hiking, crossing traditional suspension bridges, and even soaking in hot springs along the way.
Okay, now you're talking. High altitude, suspension bridges, hot springs. Sign me up. But wait, didn't this travel guide mention something about condors in the Colca Canyon?
You have a great memory. That's one of the most incredible experiences you can have there, spotting Andean condors.
Condors.
They're these massive birds, some of the largest flying birds in the world, soaring effortlessly above the canyon. It's amazing to witness.
That is officially going on my bucket list. Giant birds soaring over a massive canyon, that's hard to beat. But with all these amazing Inca sites we're talking about, are we just skipping Machu Picchu?
Not at all. Machu Picchu is definitely spectacular, no question. But it's important to remember it's just one piece of a much larger puzzle.
Okay, so we're not just focusing on Machu Picchu, right? Good. So what other historical treasures are we talking about?
Before you even venture out to any sites, I'd highly recommend a visit to the Larco Museum in Lima.
Larco Museum, what's there?
It houses this amazing collection of pre-Columbian art and artifacts, so it gives you a really great overview of all the diverse cultures that shaped Peru.
So kind of like setting the stage for our historical exploration.
Exactly. But in terms of specific sites, the choices are endless. In the Sacred Valley, you've got Ollantaytambo.
Ollantaytambo, what's that?
It's this impressive site with a massive fortress and intricate agricultural terraces.
Okay, Ollantaytambo, got it. What else is in the Sacred Valley?
There's Moray.
Moray.
It has these enigmatic circular terraces thought to have been used for agricultural experimentation. Each level mimics a different microclimate.
Whoa, that's amazing, like an ancient agricultural laboratory. But you mentioned earlier that Peru's history goes back even further than the Incas, right?
You're absolutely right.
What about those pre-Inca sites? What's there to see from those times?
Right in Lima, you'll find Huaca Puclanana. It's a massive adobe pyramid.
A pyramid in Lima.
Built by the Lema culture centuries before the Incas.
How have I never heard of this?
It tends to get overshadowed by other attractions, but trust me, it's remarkable. And get this, there's a restaurant on site. You can dine with views of the illuminated pyramid at night.
Okay, stop. That's amazing. Dining with a view of a pyramid. How cool is that? So we've got Machu Picchu, Ollantaytambo, Moray, and Huaca Pucllana. That's quite the list of ancient sites. But what if someone wants that classic Inca trail experience without the crowds of Machu Picchu?
That's where the Salcantay trek comes in.
The Salcantay trek.
It's less crowded, and it takes you through some seriously breathtaking scenery. High mountain passes, lush cloud forests, even coffee plantations.
Okay, the Salcantay trek, I'm adding that to my list too. We've got ancient ruins, epic treks, condors soaring over canyons. Peru is a dream come true for history and adventure lovers. But I have a feeling there's more to this country than just sights and historical wonders. What about the food? I've heard amazing things about Peruvian cuisine.
Get ready for a culinary adventure unlike any other. Peruvian cuisine has been making waves internationally for good reason. Fresh ingredients, unique cooking techniques, fusion of flavors and traditions. It's really something special.
Okay, so what are the must-try dishes?
Well, you can't talk about Peruvian food without mentioning ceviche. It's fresh, flavorful, the perfect dish to enjoy on a warm day. In fact, they even have a national ceviche day in Peru.
A national holiday dedicated to ceviche.
Ah,
I knew Peruvians were serious about their food. But what about something a little more unique? What truly captures that fusion of cultures you mentioned?
you have to try chifa. It's this delicious blend of Peruvian and Chinese cuisine.
Chifa. Okay, I've never heard of that.
It's amazing, a real flavor explosion. Stir fries, noodles, savory sauces, all with a Peruvian twist.
Chifa it is. I'm adding that to my list too. But beyond ordering off a menu, is there a way to really immerse myself in the cuisine, like learn the secrets firsthand?
Absolutely. This travel guide recommends a cooking class at Mama Celedonia in Cusco. It's a market-to-table experience, so you get to shop for fresh ingredients at a local market, learn to prepare traditional dishes from scratch, and then enjoy the fruits of your labor. They even teach you how to make the perfect pisco sour.
So fresh ingredients, authentic recipes, and pisco sours.
Mm.
Count me in. But speaking of all this amazing food, any tips for avoiding any digestive issues, just to be safe?
That's a smart question. I always recommend doing some research before choosing restaurants. Check online reviews, maybe ask your hotel for recommendations. And when in doubt, maybe skip the street food from that questionable-looking vendor. It's better to be safe than sorry, right?
Solid advice. But hold on, we've covered a lot of ground in Peru, but there's a whole region we haven't even touched on yet.
You're talking about northern Peru.
Northern Peru, right.
It's often overlooked by travelers, but trust me, it's a hidden gem.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more about Northern Peru. What's so special about it?
It's a chance to experience a different side of Peru, away from the crowds, closer to that raw beauty and ancient history.
I like the sound of that. Less crowds, more authentic experiences. What's waiting for us up north?
Pre-Inca archaeological sites. Huacas de Moche, for instance, with its vibrant friezes depicting scenes from ancient life.
Wow, pre-Inca sites. What else is up there?
Then there's Chan Chan, a sprawling mud brick city, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It was once the largest city in pre-Columbian South America.
A mud brick city. That's incredible. So we've got history, that's for sure. But what about the landscape up north? Is it as dramatic as the Andes?
It's a different kind of beauty, but equally stunning. Imagine rugged mountains that rival Patagonia. Towering peaks, glacial lakes, incredible hiking trails.
Patagonia in Peru. Okay, now I have to know more. Hiking trails, you say.
One popular option is the Laguna 69 day hike.
Laguna 69. Okay.
It's in the Huascara National Park, a challenging but rewarding hike that takes you to this stunning turquoise glacial lake surrounded by snow-capped peaks.
Sign me up. So, if we're heading up to northern Peru, where do we even start?
The city of Trujillo is an excellent base for exploring the region.
Trujillo, got it.
It has a charming colonial center, a vibrant culture, and easy access to many of the region's top attractions.
So charming city, incredible nature, ancient sites. Anything else we need to know about northern Peru?
Just that it really rewards those who venture off the beaten path.
All right, northern Peru. It's officially on my Peru wish list.
Yeah.
But this travel guide mentioned one last thing, and it sounds pretty crazy.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's definitely not your average hotel.
We're talking about sleeping on a cliff, right? How is that even possible?
Only in Peru. The Sky Lodge Adventure Suites in the Sacred Valley.
Okay, I'm all ears. Break it down for me. How do you sleep on a cliff?
Imagine transparent capsules, kind of like luxury pods, suspended hundreds of feet above the valley floor.
Transparent, as in I can see everything around me.
Panoramic views of the Sacred Valley and the Urubamba River from every angle.
That sounds both amazing and terrifying at the same time.
Yeah.
But how do you even get up there?
Oh, that's part of the adventure. You can either climb a via ferrata, which is basically a protected climbing route built into the cliff face, or you can zip line up to your pod.
A zip line. Okay, that's officially the coolest way to arrive at your hotel room I've ever heard of. But once you're up there, what is there to do besides, cling to the nearest solid object in terror?
Well, there's a separate dining pod where you can enjoy meals with incredible views, and even the bathrooms have stunning views.
This is next level glamping.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it's not exactly budget friendly though. How much does a night at the Sky Lodge set you back?
Around $1,500.
$1,500. Okay, maybe I'll have to start saving up for that one. But honestly, after everything we've talked about today, I'm ready to book a flight to Peru right now. Who knew there was so much more to this country than just Machu Picchu?
It's amazing, isn't it? Peru's a country that really has it all.
All right, folks. After this epic virtual tour of Peru, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to wrap up our adventure and maybe even plan our own trips. Okay, we're back, and I'm not going to lie, I'm already mentally packing my bags for Peru. After this deep dive, I'm realizing, my knowledge of Peru was basically non-existent.
It's amazing, right? There's so much more to this country than those picture-perfect images we usually see.
Peru, it's like the ultimate adventure destination.
Definitely a hidden gem waiting to be discovered.
I mean, we explored the Amazon rainforest, right?
Oh, and we can't forget those floating islands on Lake Titicaca.
And what about soaring over the mysterious Nazca lines? That was pretty incredible.
Hiking through those jaw-dropping canyons, too. Definitely not for the faint of heart.
Oh, and the food. We can't forget about the amazing Peruvian cuisine.
World class, truly.
And then, we even talked about sleeping on the side of a cliff.
I still can't believe that's a real thing.
It's safe to say Peru offers a little something for everyone.
No matter what kind of traveler you are, adventurous or laid back, there's something there for you.
So, fellow adventurers, are you ready to answer Peru's call? We've got all the info you need to plan your own Peruvian adventure.
Just check out the links in our bio. You'll find details on all the amazing places we've talked about.
And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future deep dives. We'll be exploring all sorts of fascinating destinations around the world.
We're on a mission to uncover those hidden gems, the ones that'll make your travel dreams a reality.
But before we go, we want to hear from you. What lesser-known destination has surprised you with its hidden treasures?
Share your stories in the comments. We're always looking for inspiration for our next adventure.